About 3:50 p.m. yesterday, the State Crime Command Organised Crime Squad led a high-risk operation to stop 2 vehicles in Revesby. The operation involved New South Wales officers from the New South Wales Tactical Operations Unit, the Covert Services Command, Polair, several State Crime Command squads and other resources. For several weeks now, Strike Force Flodine has been investigating a transnational serious and organised crime network believed to be involved in multiple conspiracies to murder. The operation involved multiple high-risk vehicle stops. From within the first vehicle, a Mitsubishi Outlander, we arrested 2 men aged 18 and 19. We recovered balaclavas and pistols in that vehicle. From within the second vehicle, the Mercedes-Benz, we arrested a 26-year-old man and found 2 jerry cans full of petrol inside the vehicle. Later, we searched a third unoccupied vehicle and recovered a third firearm. Detectives also recovered body-worn cameras, electronic devices and other evidentiary material from both the suspects and the vehicles. Overnight, State Crime Command detectives executed multiple search warrants in southwestern Sydney and recovered further evidence and electronic devices. We will allege in court that the men were en route to attempt to kill a man in the vicinity of a daycare centre in southwestern Sydney. The fact that this group were prepared to kill an individual in a location where so much collateral damage could have been caused is of significant concern to the New South Wales Police Force.
Who are they targeting? And is that person linked to any specific criminal organisations?
Yes, that person has links to crime, and that person was targeted due to what we think is a breakdown in the transnational organised crime network.
We've been looking at and targeting a number of different organised crime networks in relation to the conflict of violence which has been occurring, with a big focus on identifying those involved and stopping them before they occurred. And I think clearly yesterday is a good message and indication that what we're doing is right. Yesterday we were aware that these 3 people, their conduct and their behaviour just prior to this interdiction indicated that they were going to do something of a serious nature. I think due to the coverage we had across these people, and I can't understate the amount of resources that we've got on this strike force, not only across the whole of State Crime Command, but a large number of assets and resources of the New South Wales Police. And we were able to not only identify that they were going to do something serious, but we were fortunately in a position to react and stop that from occurring. And it was clear that once we arrested these people, what these cowards were actually going to do.
How long were you tracking them before you knew they were going to do this? Like, did you find out they were going to go out and target this person minutes before, hours before, days before?
Oh, look, these people aren't the only people we're looking at, and that's a message I want to put out there. These are only 3 people which are a part of an overall crime syndicate that we're looking at around crimes of violence. So were we specifically looking at these people yesterday? Absolutely not. We're looking at a number of people in this strike force. But, as I said, we're fortunate that we've got the resources and the capabilities that we're across all of these people.
You mentioned before there was an indication they were about to do something. What was that?
Just the activity and the behaviour of these people. It was clear they were driving in the car, stolen car, clone plates. They had balaclavas on. There was enough indicators for us to know that something was happening.
How long were you following those 3 individuals, sorry?
Oh, look, I don't want to answer that question in relation to the ongoing operation. However, it was obviously long enough that we were aware that they're going to be doing something.
So an extended period of time, more than a day, would you say, something like that?
Oh, look, as I said, there's numerous persons of interest in this investigation. We're across all these people for an extended period of time.
If you were looking at these people for several days, you had sort of an idea that they were going to do something wrong. Why do you wait until they are driving to the potential hit, armed, balaclavas on?
No, look, as I said, there's a lot of different moving parts to this investigation. There's a lot of different persons of interest. We have an extremely large amount of resources and assets around these people. Obviously, the indicator had to be there for an arrest to occur. We can't arrest and charge people based on what we think they're going to do. We have to obtain evidence against these people. We clearly obtained conclusive evidence against these people yesterday. We clearly stopped them from murdering someone, and we clearly stopped other people, innocent bystanders, from being caught up in this intended murder.
How far was the location of the arrest to the daycare centre?
We're not conclusively certain which daycare centre was relevant to this this intended hit, but we're aware it was around a daycare centre, so I can't answer that question.
Are we talking?
What's the relationship between the people who were arrested yesterday and the offshore crime syndicate? Are they guns for hire, allegedly?
Yeah, look, I think these people who we arrested intending to carry out the murder, they do not know the victim. They do not have a personal relationship with the victim. They were people who were hired by a syndicate, possibly an offshore syndicate, to carry out this murder on their behalf.
Just following up on that question from the back here, how risky was this tactic for members of the public to be in the firing lines? I know they weren't live shots. There were still shots being fired and these people had guns. How risky was it to arrest them right then and there in peak hour traffic?
Oh, look, I mean, an arrest of this type is always risky, you know, not only to the police but to the public. However, as I said before, I think this clearly shows that, you know, our process around this type of arrest is it played out yesterday that there was no one injured or hurt, no members of the public were injured or hurt, and we were able to facilitate this arrest with these people with these firearms.
It's sort of what I asked before, but are you basically saying that if you're there like 5 minutes later, is this person killed? Like, is it a matter of minutes like that?
Oh, look, I think we would never ever put the public at danger. If it comes to the fact where we've got to decide over evidence and risk to the public, absolutely, risk to the public is our highest priority, and we will always do that over trying to obtain evidence. So, in our view, there was never any risk to the public because we were controlling this situation.
Really? So this is a matter of minutes, the margin of error here. You know, I'm not criticising the work, but if just say you got the wrong car, or just say they sped off, were you guys ready to act regardless of what was going to happen that day, and it just so happened that they were moving into
We've been working on
or?
this crime syndicate relentlessly for a number of weeks. We have, as I said, numerous resources, numerous coverage over these people in this syndicate.
Can you just tell us a bit about what kind of force was used during the arrest yesterday?
I might answer these questions. Just thank you, Peter. The Tactical Operations Unit is one of the best in the country, if not the best in the country. Their whole aim is to mitigate risk. The entire operation yesterday was planned by Peter and his team in conjunction with the Tactical Operations Unit and other units that are covert units. Those units have plans and strategies to deal with, for example, if the car moved into the wrong direction. Their timing of interdiction is designed to protect the public, to contain the situation. And so the decision yesterday to make the vehicle stops where they did was entirely a tactical decision around safety and safety first. They did it without firing any live rounds, to your point. They use special weapons and tactics that are available to them, which I won't explain to you, notwithstanding they were suitable for the tasks they were given. They are professionals, they had support in terms of surveillance and others, and they had contingency planning.
Are they non-lethal, these rounds? Because we saw them tear what looks like bullet holes.
They were non-lethal rounds. So the weapons that are used by these people are designed for use in certain situations. That minimises the risk to the public, it minimises the risk to the person who may be being arrested, and it ensures the safety of the operatives, the police officers and the others involved. This was a comprehensively thought out and planned operation, and yes, it's a balance of risk and evidence, and we will always fall on the safety of the community, even if we burn evidence. So, does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
Thank you.